3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful Wednesday, a very special Wednesday. It's right now 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and in Europe somewhere, it's 6 o'clock. Do you know where your family is? Do you know where your children are? Do you know where your favorite rock bands are? I hope you're having a wonderful day and you're enjoying your week. I'm going to say a little something a little special right now. And I'm going to try this, so bear with me. Dobrodošli u još jednu epizodu emisije Razgovar sa Debi. Ja sam vaša voditeljica Debi. Nadam se da ste dobro i da uživate u svom tjednu. Danas imamo vrlo posebnog gosta koji dolazi iz Karlovca, Hrvatska. Prije nego što nam se pridruži, malo informacije o našem gostu, ali na engleskom. So today is a very special episode of the Talk with Debbie show, and in honor of our guest, I found a few little things, some knickknacks around my house, believe it or not. And believe it, I found this. I couldn't believe it. This was from my Dida's house, my grandfather's house. And it's just so special that I have it with me. It's just a little tribute to our national heritage of things we keep in honor of our heritage, of our families, and traditions and certain things. And I also found this picture. My sister, Stephanie, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I found this picture. I don't know if you could see, but there's me in my kolo nošnja. And I used to dance kolo for a number of years with the Zrinski Frankopan group. Shout out to them. Love you all, miss you all. Those were some wonderful, grateful times and amazing memories. And of course, we have the lovely picture of one of Croatia's treasures from back in the day. I was a little girl at the time, and I did not know how important she was to Croatia, to the music community. And of course, she comes into my house, my parents' house, and she gives me a doll. And I do something as a child would do to a doll, I forgive. But this lady here, many of you might not know, but she was the singer for the Croatian band Novi Fosili back in the day. Her name was Đurđica. So we had a few good memories with her, and it was just so lovely to go through everything. And I'm so happy to share that with you. So everybody get ready, get your coffees on, get your snacks on, sit down and relax. We're going to have a wonderful conversation with our guest today. Born and raised in Karlovac, Croatia, that's 25 minutes from the capital of Zagreb, Mario comes from a musically blessed family where he has been introduced to music from birth, particularly the drums at the age of 4, with his father being a professional drummer and his early influences. His house was always full of joy and music, with the Beatles being the first record he heard as a young child. And once Mario turned 4, his father began teaching him the drums, and the love of the instrument ran deep, to the point of drumming in his sleep. As his love of music grew and passion for drums, he expanded his repertoire by going to school in New York and graduated from the Academy of Music in New York for contemporary music in 2011. And in 2016, Mario was part of the Ante Gelo band for the TV programa Volim Hrvatsku Season 4, playing hit after hit of songs that brought many a joy and memories from long ago, especially the young lady I showed you, Đurđica, with her famous song, E moj Saša. And yes, I did cry. And when Mario played it on the drums and with the band, I did have an emotional moment. Mario also received the Status Award for the Best Instrumentalist in Croatia in 2019. Now, when the world came to a full stop a few months later in 2020, Quarantine Sessions was born, where many musicians came together to practice, engage in a collective, joyful project that gave everyone a sense of purpose to everyone while benefiting the culture. In between then and now, he has played with multiple bands and individuals. And in 2024, he's also finished a new American album for Despot Tomic. He also performed a Doors tribute with Crystal Riders, Karlovačkom Tribute Band Festivalu, and also a new instrumental neoclassical project track, Dramatic Turn of Events with Danicho, and against also another song that was released on June 29th of this year, Against All Odds. He is also part of the D Business Leadership Group, and he performed with the Thulin Brothers and performed the Summit Anthem, which was Enter Sandman. This year, July of 2025, Mario was part of the world stage in Zagreb, the largest paid concert with our fellow national treasure, Marko Peronist of Thompson. The concert with over 500,000 people showing their hearts, their passion, the absolute undying unity of a people for a land that is full of life, love, freedom, and on August 5th also performed in the concert in Sin, Croatia as well. So without further ado, to tell us his story, his experiences, and his recent concerts, please welcome Croatia's national treasure and drummer, Marko Klaric. I'm just going to call him up.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Pozdrav i dobrodošli u emisiju Razgovar se debi. Kako si?
Hvala ti puno, još bolje te našao. Evo, super sam i radujem se podcastu.
Hvala puno. Kako ti je prošli tjedan?
Prošli tjedan, prošli tjedan je bio veoma dinamičan. It was very dynamic. I bio je prepun emocija i onak it was a milestone concert for me and a great experience.
Amazing. Tako je lijepo čuti. Okay, there's so much to cover, and I want to
Okay.
start from the beginning, your early years, when you were born in Karlovac. Now, were you born in the city of Karlovac or just outside,
Yeah.
like in an area, Dugaresa?
No, I was born in Karlovac, in hospital Schwarza, which
Okay.
is also a borough in Karlovac. I was born and raised and still living there.
Nice. Good stuff. That's awesome. My daughter's in Croatia right now, and she is
Oh, where?
enjoying it. She's somewhere down south, like in the southern region.
In Dalmatia.
Yeah, in
Dalmatia.
Dalmatia, da.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she's having a blast and enjoying it, and she can't wait to come back and show me the picture. She says sharing it on the internet is not the same. So she's really
Yeah.
excited. Now, could you tell us about how you were growing up as a child, your favorite memories growing up?
My favorite memories growing up was hanging out with my parents, my brother, playing football in front of our apartment with my friends. I was early on. I was in music. You know, I was listening a lot of music because my father was and still is a musician and a drummer. The first record I ever heard was the Beatles,
Mm-hmm.
live from BBC.
Mm-hmm.
That was somehow that is a changing moment listening to them for me to become a young musician and eventually become a professional.
Nice, good stuff. What was school? Now, first, just a little memory for me. You said you were playing football in front of your apartment. I remember being back home in the cello playing football with my
Yeah,
cousins. And
yeah.
at the top of the cello, it's where the animals used to go. Everybody thinks, oh, it's all grass, puno trave. No, it's all rock.
Oh
We're
yeah.
playing football in the rock. So everywhere we're going, we're literally hitting ourselves in the legs with these stones, these rocks, like kannoji. They were so sharp.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
me and my cousin, we were like falling all over the place trying to catch the ball and score a
Uh-huh.
goal, whatnot. He falls.
Oh
And
yeah.
here's my teta, God bless her, Teta Zdenka. She was beautiful. She comes up, oh, she's crying over Marinko, my cousin.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden, he he turns around to see me and he's like, "Oh, Debbie, you are hurt. You are hurt."
Oh.
So poor Zenka's crying over my cousin Marinko, crying over me. We were just like so actively playing football. Would you ever have thought that maybe that would have been a career for you, or was it just for fun?
Well, it was always by football. I mean soccer.
Yeah,
I think
that's what
America.
I, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I had a little ambition about becoming maybe a semi-professional,
Mm-hmm,
but music had a bigger impact in my life, and my father was always, he was always fond of music, and he was always supportive when my brother or myself showed more interest in music than in football. Well, he is still today, and he was at that time very supportive person. But I
mm-hmm,
think he knew that music had more opportunities, and it was much safer decision to make than the football. In football
mm-hmm.
you can easily get injured, and maybe
Yep.
you can end your career early on. But yeah, yeah. I had a little ambition becoming a football player, but not
Mm-hmm.
as much strong in decision wise as to become a musician.
Nice, good stuff. If you were not a musician, what else would you have turned other than
Yeah.
football?
Oh, I was yesterday recording a podcast in Carlos for a podcast in my town, and the guy asked me the same question, and I answered I wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh, a
I'm kind of
liar.
no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
lawyer, that's
Yeah,
good.
a
That's a
lawyer.
good, I
Yeah,
actually like that.
yeah.
No, it's really
Yeah.
good because for
Yeah,
me,
yeah. I was always interested in law, and it was always intrigued. I was always intrigued by it.
it's always interesting to know the laws of which country or city you're in
Oh,
because
of
it
course,
changes
of
so,
course.
like, just parking. For example, just simple parking in a street city, you don't even know.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden
yeah,
there's law against parking or that you can park there. It's like, holy geez, what are the laws?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. You mentioned the Beatles played at your house, in your home.
yeah, yeah.
The other artists, especially as you grew up, were significant in your decision to become a musician.
Well, my main inspiration and a guy who was my first inspiration ever was actually my father.
Yeah.
As I said, he was and still is a drummer,
Hmm.
and he got me into it, and he taught me my first lessons, and but he also, when I grew up a little more, he also presented me with various bands and singers,
Hmm.
and musical projects. And the first one who came really strongly, and who is one of my biggest, if not the biggest, influence as a drummer is John Bonham from Led Zeppelin.
That's right.
The Led Zeppelin band, yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
John Bonham is really influential, not just for me, but in a world of music, especially in the world of contemporary popular music,
Hmm.
because his approach and his playing style was very considerate and very inspirational for today's modern drum recording,
Hmm.
and he had a big influence. He was really influenced by R&B music, funk music. He loved James Brown and James Brown's drummers.
Hmm.
So he had a unique style, which for today's recording and approach is industry standard.
Hmm. Awesome. Nice. Good stuff. Now, growing up and learning the drums, did you ever think you would have performed with Marko, considering he's been around for a
Oh,
long time, since early
Oh, yeah, yeah,
90s?
yeah. From the
Yeah.
90s, yeah, early 90s. Since he was active even before,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
had his, a really big breakthrough when our war,
Yeah.
Croatia independence
Да.
was
Да.
he was singing the
Mhm.
songs that were inspiring people to fight for your
Mhm.
country. I
Yeah.
was very little in 1991
Yeah.
when the war started. I wasn't
Mhm.
even born yet. I was born in 1992, a
Yeah.
year later.
Mhm.
But my father, he was also, branitelj. He went and
Yeah,
as
yeah.
an army soldier,
Mhm.
defending our country, and he got
Mhm.
wounded, uh, and all I do in the music today, especially with Marko, I'm
Mhm.
all thanking him for everything, and honoring him, for everything he has accomplished for
Mhm.
our family and our country.
Absolutely.
But yeah, but you asked. Sorry, I went off topic a lot.
No, that's okay.
Uh,
That's okay. I was going to say, I
oh,
honor your father for doing what he did. I
oh,
honor
thank you
Thompson.
so much.
There's so
Thank
many.
you so much.
Moy Uyats also
Hmm.
went. The only thing was he did not go knowingly. He was
Oh
taken.
yeah, he was. Yeah. He
Yeah.
was taken. Yeah,
So
a lot of
yeah.
men were taken. Yeah, taken for
Yeah.
the war because Croatia is a small country.
Hmm.
Today is the population is like barely 3,000,000 and 800,000
Yeah.
people.
It's still small. Like
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
was there, the population was about 4,000,000,
4,000,000 and a half. Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, people are, they're living because of our poor economic gain and
Yeah.
politics well, that those are mainly the reasons they are going in Canada, in Australia, in Germany, Switzerland, and Ireland.
And Ireland, no
Yeah.
Australia. No one's going to
Australia, yeah,
Australia.
yeah. They go to
Yeah.
Australia. There are a lot of Croatian people are,
Yeah.
in Australia,
My
living there. Yeah.
cousins. I have cousins that
Oh
live
yeah.
out on Australia, some that work in Germany, and we're scattered all over the place. But despite all that, despite what we have gone through as a people, we remain strong. We stand united in love and patriotism. And a lot of people can take that as a negative thing that we're very patriotic. No, it's just we love our country,
Yeah.
but we do not now go to other countries and kind of do anything else. We just kind of go there and just continue living our lives,
Yeah.
honoring
Yeah.
the land we land on now. I'm in
Yeah.
Canada, so we're here. My parents came many years ago, and I love Canada. We just
Hmm.
absolutely respect Canada. We want Canada to thrive and survive. It's not just survive, but thrive as a country, and
Yeah.
we do what we can. And that's pretty much it.
Cool.
But yeah, everybody has different stories. Um, Now in oops, sorry. So yeah, I mean, it's just like a lot of things that has happened since then, since between all of that.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about your oh geez, let's see, in 2010. Let's
Oh yeah.
go. Yeah,
That was
2010. Let's go forward.
another game-changing moment in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
went
you're
in New York studying contemporary music
mhm.
and drums.
Mhm.
I got a scholarship, and I had a time of my life, and I learned a lot. And it was, one of the greatest moments in my life as a young student. I went on the academy for music academy, which I always wanted to go, and that's really incredible and really very inspirational for a young student.
Mhm. I can only imagine. How was that transition when you went from Karlovac, a little city, a little town in
Oh yeah,
Croatia,
to
to
Manhattan,
New
yeah.
York, which is like the hub of music? If you want to
Oh
do
yeah,
anything
which
in
is
music, New York.
100 times bigger than Karlovac. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the transition was, first impressions were I was shocked, but positively shocked and impressed by how people are, well mannered, and how
Mhm.
they are very polite and very helpful.
Mhm.
Uh, and the variety of the cultural variety is, incredible there. You especially for a musician who like myself, I love listening to a lot of various styles of music, and
Mm-hmm.
New York is very cultural, rich, and
Mm-hmm.
that's that's a very great potential to learn
Mm-hmm.
for a young musician and a young student.
Absolutely. I can only imagine just going to New York. Like, I'm how old and I haven't been to New York yet. I would
No
love to
way.
go. Yeah, I
Oh yeah,
know. And I'm only maybe a couple
nice.
of hours away from New York, maybe like 7, 8 driving. I don't know, maybe
Oh,
eight
that's
hours.
far.
Yeah, not too
That's not
far.
far.
No, no, it's not far at
Yeah,
all.
that's like something from Varaždin, which is northern part of Croatia, to
Yeah,
Dubrovnik.
yeah, it's not too
It's
far at
8 hours
all.
of driving.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
could do that in like couple of hours. But
Nice.
also in 2010, before you went to New York, you were also part of a band called Zamba.
Oh yeah, Zamba. Yeah,
Talk
Zamba.
to us
Uh,
about
well,
that and the
uh,
lessons you learned.
oh, Zamba is actually a guitarist name. His name is it's actually his nickname and artistic name, if I can
Mm.
say. His actual name is Boris Duginovački. He's from
Dugan
Dugaresi,
Novacki, that's right.
and he's a
Yes.
legendary drummer from
Yeah.
Croatia. He's also a great session player. He played with Vladimir Kočić Zec, who was
Yeah.
in Novi Fossili.
Yep.
He played with a lot of Croatian
Mm.
musicians and singers.
Mm-hmm.
He was considered a first call musician, for the sessions.
Nice.
He recorded like 1,000 songs, and eventually he was not serving his purpose as an artistic figure, and
Mm.
he went and formed his blues band. I wasn't in the first line, the first lineup. I wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing with his older friends,
Mm-hmm.
but he recognized my talent and my driving and my the fire I was having in myself, and the passion for blues music. He's a blues guitarist,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
he asked me to be in a band, and that was a great experience. That was very, very, very great learning experience to play with
How
him
did,
and to hang. We're still friends today. We hit up each other with messages, and we call each other, and he's a great guy. He's like a second father to me.
that's amazing. How did you connect with him for that? Like, did he reach out to you? Did you kind of just like message him and it kind of like whatever
Oh,
happens, you know?
he's actually I known him since I was little, because my
Oh,
father actually played with him in a couple musical combinations during the 80s, and my father and Zamba are friends since they were teenagers,
there you
so
go.
that was like well, he's actually he's a family friend, so I know him since I was very small.
That's amazing. Now, tell us more about this when you while you were in school. Did you do
High
anything
school
different
or
other than music? Did you
in
learn
America?
another instrument?
Oh, yeah. When I went into classical,
Mm-hmm.
elementary school and high school, classical high school for classical music,
Mm-hmm.
and it is essential. And you had to learn, piano. I also had to learn. I was in a percussion section, so I had to learn marimbas, vibraphones, xylophones, timpanis, snare drums, and all
Wow.
that, because that is the program in a classical music school. Uh, I had I always wanted to go to that New York Academy since I was 12, since I started learning, about music and started
Mm-hmm.
performing, and that was, the best school in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always, unreachable, for
Mm-hmm.
a kid in Karlovac. So my professor started to prepare me for a jazz academy, jazz conservatory in Graz in Austria.
Oh, okay.
And that is, that conservatory is the closest thing to, Berkeley in America.
Wow.
So we went to, we were preparing, uh, and the my way was to, go to be a jazz drummer, jazz musician primarily.
Mhm.
But and so the summer before, my before the finish of the high school, there was a, uh, how can I say, commercial in our high school that uh, in Groznan,
Mhm.
in Istria, there will be a seminar which will take part 2 weeks, there, and the teachers who teach in that academy in America
Mhm.
are coming, and in the bottom of, at the bottom of that flyer was
Mhm.
actually a sentence that said, win a scholarship for, for the Berkeley, and go and go there for a month, so I applied for that seminar, and go and went for that competition, and I was first. I won the
Woo.
1 month studying there, and eventually I applied for a full-time scholarship because they gave 5 students each year full-time scholarship with accommodations and everything,
Wow.
uh, and I won that, and I was there for 2 years.
Congratulations. That's very
Yeah,
hard to
thank
get
you.
into. I can imagine only your emotions and your thoughts were what was running through your mind while you're going through all this,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. That was one of the biggest moments in my life, and it is very inspirational for, to be to cherish life and to be thankful, and you know those are, the moments that last forever, and
Mhm.
something to, talk about, to inspire others to go maybe, and to be, there.
Absolutely. Now, what was your ultimate goal in for school and music? Like, was there a plan for you what to do after you
Hmm.
finished the
Yeah,
school?
yeah. The school primarily teaches you to, you know be a better musician and a better drummer, and to learn about music business, and how it works. So I got those informations, and I got a lot of knowledge. So for me, my goal was to, expose myself as a working professional musician, and to be called on the concerts, gigs, and studio sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a big fortune to, I gave myself a promise when I went there as an 18-year-old boy,
Mm-hmm.
and I said to myself, I'm promising myself that from now on I'm gonna live exclusively from music. So
Okay.
since then everything is going to according to the plan. So yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. 18 years old going to, oh my God,
yeah.
at 18, I could not figure out what I wanted to do. You had such a plan, such a direction.
Oh, I
But
either didn't couldn't figure out anything. I was still young, but I had a clear vision about that. So that was, a really important thing. Yeah.
not only that, I'm just thinking as a parent, as a mom, how did your parents react? Like, you're leaving the country, you're
Oh yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
18
we
years
were.
old, you're a baby.
Yeah, they were really cautious, and they knew, especially my father, that that's my path, and that's my, life goal, and they knew I wanted to do that for the rest of my life, so they were fully supportive, and you know I'm forever thankful to them for that.
Absolutely. I mean, to have a parent's blessing
Yeah,
and confidence and faith in you is just something that's just like amazing, and not everybody gets it, but
yeah,
you're
yeah,
lucky. You're lucky. You're
yeah, yeah.
blessed.
I'm lucky and thankful and blessed for everything I've achieved till today. Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, in 2016, we're going to go back a little bit. 2016, you were part of season 4 of the TV show Volim Hrvatsku as
Oh
the
yeah,
drummer for the band for the Ante Gelo band. Now,
yeah,
how
yeah.
did you connect with him or the producer to get that, and what was your thoughts on that? Because
Oh,
I know also Ante dabbled a bit with the sounds of samba, and you like that. So, tell us more.
more about how I got
Yes.
the gig
Yeah.
playing with Ante.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ante. I knew about Ante since I started playing drums and music. But Ante was, he is one of our greatest musicians and producers and incredible arrangers uh, uh, in Croatia. We actually connected. Um, my professor in Karlovac in musical high school was really close. Well, actually, one of his best friends, and
Uh-huh.
they were playing with each other since they were,
Mhm.
teenagers. And he put a good word about me to Ante, but I was, still in high school. In that at that age, you need to learn more, and you need to have more experience to be playing serious stuff and serious productions with Ante. So
Mhm.
I had a big breakthrough in 2015, where I had to do everyone was, there weren't available drummers, so two of my dear friends, Goran Kovacic and Robert Vrbančić, asked me to play this festival in Vukovar, which was, live TV broadcast.
Mhm.
And they actually, they gave me a chance to play that broadcast, and they really liked it, and they later they suggested me, they recommended me to Ante for, some minor gigs,
Mhm.
but those minor gigs were, some kind of audition for to perform more serious stuff like Volim Hrvatsku, or
Mhm.
we did 4 seasons of 5.com with Daniela Petkom's Daniela Trbic, who is our, famous TV presenter, and she had a late night show, which went on Fridays. But yeah, actually, Ante was is a big part of my life, and he's my great friend. We are still in contact today, doing a lot of music, and I allow him dearly like my older brother.
That is so sweet. Now, we know that Ante dabbled a bit with the sounds of samba, the Brazilian swing, and you've taken a liking to it. Would you create a song specifically for that sound?
For samba.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we did a lot of that kind of genre in Petkom s Danielom in the show. Ante was very inspired by Brazilian music because with my professor Borna, which I mentioned earlier, they went. Borna had a super idea. He was playing on the bottles of, wines and beer, and he pitched every bottle to a specific tone, so he can have, like, uh, a piano on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Ante accompanied him with guitar, and they went on a world tour. So one of destinations was, of course, Brazil and Rio de Janeiro. So I think that Ante was very inspired, but with Brazilian music, as much as I was, in America. I studied with a great Brazilian musician and a drummer, Adriano Santos,
Mm-hmm.
who is, one of the greatest who ever came from that country, and presented their culture in music.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ante was, heavily inspired from that concert, from that time during the tour in Brazil.
Not bad. You also received the Status Award for the Best
Yeah,
Instrumentalist
five
in
times. Yeah,
Croatia.
yeah, five
Five,
times.
five times.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
how were you thinking? What were your thoughts and emotions from the first time you won to the fifth time you won?
Oh yeah, the emotions were identical. That is a prestigious award for a musician in Croatia. We also
Mm-hmm.
have a Porin. Porin is much, uh, how can I say, bigger, more respectable award, because uh, uh, the people who write music and arrange it, they get that award. But
Yeah.
status is more award for session musicians and
Mm-hmm.
for the musicians involved in the industry in Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I ever received when I was awarded was, I think, 2017, if I'm not wrong, or 2018,
Mm-hmm.
that time. And the last one was this year. Yeah. So, oh, thank you,
Congratulations.
thank you. And that award is really important for a musician, because it promotes you, and uh, yeah, you get more gigs, and you get more, studio sessions, and all I can say is it's the most important award for a musician in
Mm-hmm.
Croatia.
Absolutely. I can, and to get it five times, that's just such an emotional high.
Oh
It
yeah,
literally,
yeah, of
it's
course.
just solidifying and validating your hard work, your determination, your passion. Like you are achieving your goals. You are doing what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
set out to do.
yeah,
And to be recognized with your peers and your countrymen and everybody, it just gives you that sense of, I did it. I can do
yeah,
this, a
yeah,
sense
yeah.
of accomplishment, which is amazing. Now, did you expect to win any of these awards, or was it kind of like just a shock?
Well, it was primarily it was a shock, because other musicians and other drummers who are in that categories are, brilliant musicians and brilliant drummers. So when you get that award, you get a great feeling of, of accomplishment. And as I said, it's really important to get that award, because it pushes your career even further, and it inspires you even more.
Hmm. Absolutely. Now, in 2020, we all know what happened. The world
Hmm.
shut down. We got
Yeah, it
bored.
was
Quarantine
COVID. Yeah.
session, COVID times, quarantine sessions came around, and with
Hmm.
everybody being locked up, isolated, and that gave you your purpose to create this platform for like-minded individuals to create music. Now, did you think that, how did you come up with the idea to come up with it with quarantine sessions?
Yeah, in the quarantine sessions, we were, the great thing about that was, because thing about that was we were all together aware that the COVID won't break us, and that we are still burning to do music,
Mm-hmm.
not maybe live with audience in front of you, but you can entertain people via YouTube or Instagram or
Mm-hmm.
Facebook and all that platforms. But so, everyone wanted to, everyone actually called every one of us, and, please record me something. But everyone wanted you to record something, but no one had funds to, pay your
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
time and everything. So we
Yeah.
were a lot, in a donation sector, but
Yeah.
it was great, but it wasn't financially,
Yeah.
stable, if I could say
Mhm.
that.
I can totally agree with that. Fortunately, unfortunately, I also worked during COVID, so
Oh,
it was a lot of stress going back and forth, seeing
yeah,
people
it was.
stuck in
It was. Yeah.
homes, and yeah, it was just too much. But I'm glad the quarantine sessions came out and it gave you that purpose of accomplishing something else, getting people together. Now, how are you holding up at that time? And was this the time that you started writing your own music?
Oh yeah. Well, I was really okay with. Well, I was not, supportive for that because uh, COVID changed our lives, and but I didn't went into depression as most of musicians. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
in my country, that pushed me, to appreciate when normal is on. So I don't know. I knew my place, and I knew that I was, sure that the COVID will end one day, and
Mhm.
to just be, calm, and to be supportive for another,
Mhm.
another person or people. So it went away. I think 2022, if I'm not wrong, was, or 2021 was the end of it. So it was incredible moment when the restrictions were,
Lifted.
gone.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It was like you can have now a party and have your friends and
Oh
family
yeah.
come over and not worry about anything. It's like, okay,
Oh
let's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
live life, how life should be.
Yes.
Like with
Yes.
family, friends, music, and music brings everyone together,
Oh
as we
yeah.
saw in
Oh
the
yeah.
concert. Now, you've also played in a lot of bands over the years, the orchestras, various performances, and most diverse styles. What's your favorite genre of music?
Oh, I really can't say that because I really love a lot of, various genres of music. And well, I can say I really enjoy playing with Marko. He has a distinctive sound,
He
hard
does.
rock, heavy metal, and even pop rock, with
Yep.
great lyrics, and I love when I really like when music has, some kind of fusion in it,
Mhm.
with fusion with two different styles. I really like that,
Yeah, sure.
in listening to it and to perform.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you also played with Maestro Igor
Tatarevic. Yeah,
Tatarevic,
yeah,
se prosime,
yeah.
Tatarevic, and you played 26 Queen songs, which was a tribute.
Oh
How
yeah,
did you
yeah.
two
With Dino
connect?
Jelusic, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
With Dino, who was actually in a band called Whitesnake, a small band from England. Yeah, yeah. That was great. That was 2 weeks ago, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, just about 2 weeks ago.
Uh,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago in Otto Krab, they had a manifestation. A festival. They were closing the festival, and they wanted Igor's orchestra and featuring Dino Jelusic. They wanted to have a program with Queen songs, with band and symphony orchestra, and that was a great experience. Igor and myself, we always wanted to work with each other, but he was involved with a lot of his work before, and I was involved with my work with basically everyone. So it was a fortunate time this year that we worked together for the first time, and we clicked, instantly, and it was a great experience. It was great experience playing Queen songs, and it was even better experience performing with Igor and Dino. Dino is a monster, the best singer, the best heavy metal rock singer in the world right now, and that is
All
a
right.
statement.
Okay, that's awesome. That's really good to hear. Um, Talk to us about the drummers duel in 2011. We kind of fast forward
Oh,
and jump between years. What
that's
happened?
okay. Oh, I was the kid. I was in between semesters, and I went home,
Hmm.
to visit my parents and to visit my friends and acquaintances. There was, I was scrolling one day. I think that was in November of 2011,
Yeah.
and I saw a Facebook ad, a drummers battle in
Hmm.
Croatia, and I wasn't performing with anyone, and the price was a snare drum. That
Yeah.
was the price, and I went there and I won. But today I wouldn't go on such kind of things because then I was relatively young and impressionable, and today I'm not. I don't have an attitude that music is competition. It's actually,
Hmm.
uh, an artistic form, and and there shouldn't be, discussion who is the best and who is a lesser musician. I'm fortunate enough and blessed that I think of music as that and not as a sport.
That's amazing. What would you say were the biggest struggles you faced while pursuing your music career, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Well, the challenges were to make into the music business, right?
Hmm.
The challenges were to get the knowledge how the industry works and how you can position yourself so you can't damage anyone. Uh, Basically, the struggle was to learn,
Hmm.
about that. I already possessed the talent and skill set I had to perform on a high level, but the only thing that was missing was, how the industry works and how to be prepared and all that.
Speaking of being prepared, how do you prepare for concerts and venues and performances? Like, for example, the concert you had in Buenos Aires with Maite Peroni, that held 90,000 people.
Oh
For,
yeah.
tell us how you prepared for that and how you connected with Maite for that.
It was the connection was over with a roommate in
Hmm.
America. I had a great roommate who went on the master's schooling in New York, and he was already then he was, a decorated musician and a drummer, and he was really famous in. Latin America. He had a misfortune and he couldn't go to tour with her. So he recommended me because a lot of musicians and drummers at that time were already taken. They were performing with others. So
Hmm.
they didn't had available drummers. So he recommended me, and I had to pass the audition. I had to, pay for a visa in
Hmm.
Mexico, and I had to pay for a plane ticket to go there. I went there. I performed with the band, the whole production, around 10 songs, and they offered me a world tour, which was in 2013,
Hmm.
and to be honest. For me, the most important thing is to be comfortable with music and to know the arrangements and to know music, so it can become a second nature in performing to
Hmm.
you. So that's the most important thing is to learn the music. And well, that was the first tour I ever did. Actually, second one. The first one was something I did in 2011.
Hmm.
It was a minor thing, but it was a really, really good experience and learning experience.
Hmm.
I've learned a lot rather than I had to be
Hmm.
prepared. I had inputs and inputs from the production team, how to approach to touring life, and how to to regulate your sleep, to eat well, all that stuff, which is
Wow.
essential because you travel a lot and you go to various places around the world. There are also, time delays, time zones. Actually, sorry.
Mhm.
So those kind of stuff I learned. So today I can be even better touring musician.
Absolutely, because when you have that training down on lock, like you know how to regulate your sleep, how to eat well,
Yeah,
how to
yeah,
have a routine, your
yeah,
body
yeah,
and your mental focus falls into
yeah.
that you
It
know
is
what to
extremely essential.
expect.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, did you think that concert in Buenos Aires with 90,000 people, do you think
Mm-hmm.
that was almost like a preparation for your big concert with Marco?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, uh, Buenos Aires was great, but I had a bigger one, and it was the first one of the tour. It was in Stadium of Maracana in Rio de Janeiro, and
Mm.
there were 140,000 people. That was the
Whoa.
biggest one before Marco. And I remember when I went down from the stage after after performing that concert. I
Mm.
was like, that's the peak. That's
Yeah.
the biggest venue and attendance from the people I'm gonna ever gonna play. But 13 years later,
Yeah.
Marko Perkovic came.
I know. Talk to us. How did you connect with Marko Perkovic, being
Uh-huh.
such an individual of respect and honor from the Croatian, music scene? How did he find you, or how did you two
How
connect?
we connected? Yeah,
Yeah.
it was actually last year during Christmas time. His producer and my dear friend, close friend Branimir Mihajlovic, called me in early November, and he asked me. I'm doing a song for Marko Perkovic. I'm producing it, helping it, producing it with him,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and uh, and he asked me with which drummer do you work, and I suggested me, and he didn't know about me. He actually doesn't know a lot of musicians in Croatia. He's a really private person, and he played with a couple of drummers in his lifetime and career,
Mm-hmm.
because he actually isn't bothered of following the scene
Mm-hmm.
in Croatia about musicians and everything regarding that. So I was really stoked and
Mm-hmm.
really excited to be working with Marco. Actually, Branimir told me, I'm gonna send you a song, and that
Mm-hmm.
song was Oluja,
Mm-hmm.
which is from the new album Hodočasnik.
Yeah.
And he said, listen, I'm gonna put an arrangement on it, the drum arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
You record it from your studio in Karlovac. You send
Mm-hmm.
me the tracks. I'm gonna edit it, and I'm gonna present Marco how we do things in Zagreb.
Oh, okay.
And I recorded it in my studio. I put a lot of focus and sharpness to it to be really presentable.
Mm-hmm.
I've sent the tracks to Branimir, and
Mm-hmm.
Branimir called me 3 days after that, and he said Marco is really satisfied and he wants you to work on three songs. And we had the first session we had last year, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly, like it was yesterday. It was 27th of December. It was,
Mm-hmm.
ending of the year, and it was the first session we met officially, that day. And the plan was to record three songs, only three songs, because he already recorded all the songs, and they needed to go to the mix and master.
Uh-huh.
So they were like those three were, how can I say? They were eventually go as a singles, but they were really important to be present to Marco to be present at the sessions because they were really important songs.
Mm-hmm.
So the first three songs were Oluja, of course, Kralj Tomislav, and Nepročitano pismo. The first day was the 27th, and we had arranged the 28th, the next day, to do a session if we won't make everything at the 27th, if we won't make regarding the time and the schedule. So we did all three songs we did the first day,
Mm-hmm.
and later on we were chilling at the lobby of Branimir studio, and we were drinking and eating dinner. And Marco said, "I know that tomorrow is the a reserve day. How can I say? It was extra day, for the sessions. But you already recorded everything. Can you please come tomorrow and record two more songs? I want you on that two songs." And
Oh.
that was really cool. I went, the next day we did those two songs. So from the planned three songs, we recorded five. We recorded five songs.
Wow.
The two of the songs were Zagora and Slike Blajburga. And after that
Oh.
session, we all we finished recording those five songs in the 2 day span. So Marco said, "You know what, Mario, you're gonna record my whole album, to the rest of the album," and that was those were that was big moment, and I was very happy,
Mm-hmm.
and so the new year came 2025 around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Uh, Around that time, Branimir called me and said, "When are you available to record the rest of five songs?" So we did a 2 day session again, and we recorded the whole album. And Mark was very satisfied. We hit each we were we hit each other from the moment we met. We hit it off.
Mm-hmm.
So we became really good friends, and we call each other every second day. He's a great person, great human being,
Yeah.
great professional.
Mm-hmm.
He's a production and musical genius,
Mm-hmm.
lyrical genius. I have all the best to say about him.
Absolutely. It sounds wonderful. When you talk to him next, make sure you tell him I said hello.
Okay, I will.
Last
I
I
will.
saw him, oh God, he was in Toronto. Ooh,
Oh, the
a
Ora et
long
Labora
time ago.
tour.
It was before 2007. I think it was like
Oh, that was
2004.
actually Bilo jedemo u Hrvatskoj tour. That was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Long time ago. I saw him and
almost 20
I
years
was
ago.
like,
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. It's how
yeah, yeah.
long. And it was just like, blew me away. Because the first time I ever heard any of his music, my uncle came back from Croatia and Bosnia Herzegovina. He brings back this album and all of a sudden this song Pukni Pushko is playing. I'm sitting there going, what is this song?
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
just sitting there kind of going, okay, I could roll with this. I can get with it. And this music came just coming, and I'm sitting there going, damn. So for you to have that lived experience, work, connecting with him, being friends with him, being his drummer,
Oh
you
yeah.
had big shoes to fill because there was a prior drummer
Oh yeah.
before for him for a long time. So how does it feel now going back a little bit? You had to wait those 3 days between like somewhat auditioning until Thompson saying, "Yeah, I want him." Three
Oh
days
yeah.
you had to wait. What was going through your mind for those 3 day wait?
Uh, well, the 3 day wait uh, was actually I wouldn't say auditioning. Well, it was actually he wanted to see if
Yeah.
my sound can go with his music.
Hmm.
My approach,
Yeah.
my drumming voice,
Hmm.
uh, and I wasn't I wasn't playing drums in front of him, and he was sitting at the table,
Yeah.
judging me. No, that wasn't that. Actually, he wanted me. he actually asked me to join the band, the new band,
Mm,
because of the working relationship uh, and the attitude we had toward each other. You know,
mhm,
it was so pleasant, and it was
mhm.
like we were playing together and working together for hundreds of
Yeah,
years. You know,
yeah.
that's a really rare thing to have,
Mhm,
because uh, when you find someone you can trust and you can play with,
mhm,
who can hold your back, uh, that's really, big thing. And I think Marco understood that from the first
mhm,
session we ever had together,
mhm,
live. So
mhm,
he knew he can trust me, and so he asked me to join the new band.
mhm. Amazing. So, your first performance with him, what was your emotions like and your family's reaction to it?
Well, the first performance, as you know, was on the Hippodrome Zagreb, and it was
Yeah.
it's crazy to think that uh, everyone is, blown off because of that. Uh, how can I say it? Let me find the word. The fact that the first concert performance with Marko was to be at the biggest in history, for
Mhm,
Croatia, and in front of, a 500,000 people. That's so crazy. So I was towards that. I was, I couldn't ask anyone to tell me how to approach it, because no one had that experience.
mhm,
No one, not even drummers, not even producers or anyone. So I remembered Marco said something great that still rings inside my head till today. And we were having rehearsals for the Hippodrome Zagreb, one of the rehearsals, and we were talking about, 500,000 people. That's so much. That would be so stressful. And Marco said one great sentence. He said, "Don't worry, guys. Those people are not musical critics, and they are not here to, to criticize you and to demeanor you. They are here because they are rooting for us, and they are here to support us.
mhm.
They are actually on the stage with us as much as are we performing for them." So that was, Marco is always, he always knows what to say, but he's always honest, and
Yeah.
the reaction of myself and my family, I was, mm, I'm not, how can I say, I'm not flexing that
Yeah.
I performed on that concert. Uh, I'm actually a witness of, a blessing.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for
Yeah.
since I did that, and I'm trying to inspire. I'm trying to inspire a lot of young musicians to,
Mhm.
to begin their journey and to begin performing, and to set up your goals really high, because that's a important thing in life, to achieve something,
Absolutely.
and my
And
parents were also, excited, especially my father, who is a drummer.
yeah.
My mother said she cried half of the concert because of the songs and
Oh
of
yeah,
the
for sure.
emotions, and that's incredible. She told me that was probably the biggest concert ever in
Yeah.
your life.
Mhm.
And I said to her, yeah. She said, I remember you when you were little, when you were,
Yeah.
taking those drumsticks in your hands, and and you were drumming at pots and pans from my
Yeah.
kitchen. And there
Yeah.
was a time when I was 5 years old, my father started me to teach me, and I was,
Mhm.
sleeping, and I was drumming in my sleep, and my mother got worried, uh, because the things were escalating out of
Mhm.
control, But she was proud, happy, and emotional.
Absolutely, I
as
can
much as my
totally
father.
agree with that. I can imagine, and I can agree with that because being a mom, you see your children, you want them to succeed, be happy,
Of
thrive, and
course.
enjoy what they're doing. And she literally has seen you from a baby playing on the pots to now playing on
Playing.
television to winning
Yeah.
awards to now playing
Yeah.
in the world's biggest concert the world has ever seen. So that is such a moment of pride for her and for you. Like Dobro Siraka, it was a blessing.
Yeah, it was a
You know?
blessing, first and foremost, and yeah, yeah. All I can say, that's a really big blessing, because there are a lot of great musicians,
Hmm.
A-listers in our country, and even in foreign countries, and even in America.
Hmm.
Marco could easily call any musician from the world, but he
Yeah.
wanted us. He
Yeah.
wanted his fellow Croatians and
Hmm.
fellow friends, and I'm so thankful for him and Branimir. Of course, Branimir was
Hmm.
a major. He played a major part for me to become
Hmm.
Marco's studio drummer and
Yeah.
Marco's live
Hmm.
drummer.
Beautiful. I love that. And I'm just having this song, Emoy Naro, they're playing in my
Oh
head.
yeah, yeah, that's a
It's just
great song.
like there's something about the music he creates. You are a
Hmm.
part of now that you guys sing, you guys play the instruments, you guys create something that is so tangible and it creates that
Yeah,
connection among naše Hrvate, naše ljudi that we just get so emotional. We are so connected just by the music itself.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
told you, I have Emoy Naro that playing in my head.
yeah,
Like
yeah. That's a great
seriously.
song. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
really, great song. Great song. Yeah.
Absolutely. A little bit off, not off topic, but still, how long did it take for the band to prepare for such a concert? I mean,
Oh,
to prepare for that amount of people.
I will tell you. I was asked by Marco to come to the band in early April this
Hmm.
year. Well, the whole band was, was set up uh, before, before the first tour, and we had a before the first rehearsal, and we had a lot of time to, learn the songs, because the production didn't let us to, write all the music down and to
Hmm.
read it. So it's not
Right.
stylistically, visually, it's unattractive,
Hmm.
so the I had more time than anyone else,
Hmm.
because uh, I already started, when he asked me, the same day when I went home, when I arrived home,
Hmm.
I began to learn the songs. I had
Hmm.
2 months until the first rehearsal, and we were rehearsing really hard.
Hmm.
It was 4 times a week, six
Yeah.
hours a day. We
Yeah.
had weekends to rest or to
Rest.
perform with others.
Yeah.
We still need to make money,
Yeah.
before during those rehearsals.
Yeah.
We had like 40 rehearsals so far with Marco,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
band was, we were breathing those songs. As I said before, they went, so much. They were so much intact in your body that it's become like breathing, like second
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah.
I already know when we perform the songs. I know what the guitarist needs to play, what the bass player needs to play,
Yeah.
what sound is keyboard this is playing. I know the lyrics. I know what
Yeah.
backing vocals are playing, which lyrics, which, syllables. It was, uh, uh, it was a really time consuming, but it
Yeah.
was, profitable,
Yeah.
extremely.
Absolutely. Now, what with I saw the concert. Now, of course, being in Toronto, Canada, I didn't see the concert, but I saw what I saw was on YouTube. Somebody
Oh
posted
yeah.
the 2 hour, 2 hours. You guys performed for 2 hours,
Oh, 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
So
Yeah.
he filmed this individual filmed for 2 hours, and I'm thinking that is
Yeah,
just got to be one of the
yeah.
longest concerts. So you guys did three. Congratulations. How were you
Oh yeah,
feeling after
thank you.
3 hours drumming?
Yeah.
Like your hands?
Well, you know, Marco's music is really demanding, complex,
Yeah.
and it's physically uh, tiring. So
Yeah.
I had to, I was preparing before the rehearsals.
Hmm.
I didn't went into the gym or anything like that, but I
No, you
had
don't need
to.
to.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Ne treba, samo igrajte
I
na drums i onda sve u redu.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like seriously,
exactly,
that's it.
exactly. I trained myself. Basically, I went into my studio and performed the songs with the concert dynamic. So
Hmm.
I was ready. I didn't had cramps or fatigues or
That's
calluses on
good.
my fingers. So
Nice.
that was essential to for me to prepare. To not be tired. We had how can I say? The gentleman is physiatric. How do you say it? He's
He's
uh,
physiotherapist.
physiotherapist. Yeah, we had a physiotherapist who is
Okay.
official a man for Croatia's national football team.
Oh, wow.
He was taking care of us. He was massaging our he massaged my hands, my feet, my back, which
Wow.
is really important. I'm sitting the whole show,
Yeah.
and he made us great drinks with electrolytes and carbohydrates,
Mm.
which sharpens your concentration,
Yeah.
and you're not feeling fatigued. So uh, Marco called him to help us and to help him, and he was the seventh member of the band.
Wow, that's pretty impressive to have that. And to have that health professional with you while you're doing this is just so incredible. I've never heard of that before. So
Oh
the
yeah,
fact that
me
you had
neither.
that,
I've never
wow.
I've did a world tour and touring with our artists, but they were all they don't think. I'm not saying anything bad about them, but Marco is thinking more. His thinking is more advanced there than anyone I've
Hmm.
come through. So
Yeah, but
congratulations to
honestly,
Marco and respect.
yes, absolutely. Český Marko, congratulations. Amazing concert. From what I saw, it was beautiful. Now, whose idea for two things? You had the drones, the flames going.
Oh
I
yeah.
saw that. Were you able to see the Križ, Gospel Maria, the Rosary,
In Zagreb,
Sokol?
uh-huh.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
Zagreb, in
in Zagreb
Zagreb. Yeah.
we didn't have a chance because it was the drones, the 1,000 drones were positioned uh, at the top. I think it's 50 meters from uh,
The top of the
the top
stage?
of the stage, and it
Yeah.
was and they were like more in the back. They were more in the back, so we
Okay.
didn't have the chance. And the Branimir, who was producer of the whole
Hmm.
concert, he told us on particular songs, on which particular songs the drones are gonna be in the sky. But when the time came, I know the people were in awe, but we
Yes.
couldn't see them. But in scene, we could see them because they were on the left side from us, and they were more
Yeah.
in front. So we had, and
Yeah.
when they went up, I saw it for the first time, and I was like, "What? What's that?"
Yeah.
That's incredible. Of course, I saw after Zagreb in the videos the people posted, and it was breathtaking. But when you witness that alive, it's
Yeah.
something incredible. I've never seen that in any of shows in the world. And I wanted to put a plug in for Mirnovets. They are
Hmm.
a company that they make fireworks, and everything, and they are specialized for drones for that shows, and they are Croatian company, you
Mm,
know, and I'm so glad that that a Croatian company is doing strongly in the world with the
yeah.
drones. So that's a really great uh, for them, you know.
Absolutely. I'm going to send the link with that with you guys so everybody sees what Mirnovets
Thank you.
has done with the drones because I loved
Yeah,
it. I was crying. Just those clips
yeah,
I was
yeah,
watching. I was like, to ti naše ljudi, mi narode, like I was loving I was crying, forgot.
yeah,
There were
yeah.
times I'd have to
That's
stop and I'm like crying, oh my God. Like, oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Like it was
It's a
insane.
great idea, but you know,
Yeah.
to get to your emotions and to you know
Yeah.
to appreciate your ethnicity and your
Yeah.
you know all the things you are, you know, and that images the drones showed are you know our identity, you know.
Absolutely. I fully agree with that. It was just like incredible. And now also, you also had a drum cam, which I say genius. Whose
Oh yeah, that was a
idea? Was that
last
your
minute
idea?
idea.
It was
Yeah.
yours? Eh,
It was a last
pametan.
minute idea because I was inspired by a lot of drummers who are doing drum camps, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I need to say hi to my friend Emma from Zaprešić, who lends me her stand, you know, to put my
Yeah.
camera, my iPhone camera on it, and yeah, it was you know. It was a great
Mm-hmm.
idea, but it was a last minute idea, but a great idea. Yeah, I also put it in a scene, but in scene there were a lot of you know fast winds, so
Yeah.
so I had an opportunity to record only the half of the show
Yeah.
because the wind uh,
Vete
blew
puše.
the yeah you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what would you say is your top three songs you enjoy playing from Thompson that kind of gives you a little like extra pull? Like yeah,
Uh-huh.
you could play that for longer than the
Oh
say the
yeah.
3 or 4 minutes.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do a bonus for you. I'm gonna tell you which two songs are very difficult to perform for me, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you which Marko song is my favorite, and it is also my all-time favorite song from Croatia. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my three songs that I love performing with Marko
Mm.
are Kletva kraja Zvonimira. That's incredible
Yes.
song. Kralj Tomislav. I also recorded Kralj Tomislav. That's so
Uh-huh.
incredible song to perform. And I also love just let me think for a moment. I want it to be, you know, okay, I know it. Zaustavi se vjetre.
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
also my all-time favorite song. That's the second thing I wanted to
Yeah.
say. That's my all-time favorite
Yeah.
Croatian song, and
Mm.
his my favorite Marko song.
Mm.
And the two songs that are really challenging for me to perform, they're actually not challenging. Rather than I have to be, you know, I have how can I say while I'm performing, I have to do something to activate the backing tracks. I have to activate, you
Mm.
know, a time code which sends the signal to
Mm-hmm.
a production. You know, for the guys for the light show, for the guys
Mm-hmm.
for the screen, you know, images, and for the fireworks. So
Mm-hmm.
the guy who controls that in some kind of way is myself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
During I don't know if you see when I hit that black pad
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
When I hit it, I activate you know time code, and the time code sends the signals to all that production
Look at
crew
that.
members who are you know who are doing all that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
Kraja Kleta Zvonimira is actually the track is you know cut in three different places. So
Yeah.
the most important thing is if I hit that
Mm-hmm.
a 16 note earlier or before,
Mm-hmm.
everything will fall apart. So I have to be sharp as a diamond, you know,
Yes.
sharpening the knife.
Yeah. Sharp as a
And the
knife.
second
Yeah.
one, yeah, and the second one is Bojna Čavoglave because
Yeah.
it's an odd time signature music.
Mm.
It's in 7/8, but it also has that moment, as I mentioned right now, it had a moment where I when I need to make sure Marco did uh, uh, Marco make if Marco makes at the right timing
Mm-hmm.
second verse, and if
Mm-hmm.
he does so, I don't need to do anything. But if he doesn't do that, I have to activate it on a specific place. I had to do like octopus,
Yeah.
I need to have like 8 hands to do something to make all things good, to make fireworks, explode and everything. So those are the two challenging ones, not because of the musicality
Mm-hmm.
and the difficulty of performing, but rather than the technical stuff I do to make production,
Yeah.
go as planned.
You are not just his drummer, you are literally his manager,
Yeah, yeah,
guider,
yeah,
guidance,
yeah.
everything. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, that
wow.
part has Branimir Mihajlovic, who is his producer.
Yeah.
He prepared all that. It was all his idea with the drones and with the images, and lights are flashing on the accents of the music. That's
Mm-hmm.
all his idea. And Branimir actually directed me with
Mm-hmm.
those tracks. How can I when to activate them, cues of Marco and all that stuff. But again, the whole all responsibility goes through my pad and myself.
Oh my God. I can imagine the amount of stress
Oh
and
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
how do you work with that stress? Like how do you kind of get yourself to calm down and focus on that?
Actually, the stress was the stress. Working with Marco from the beginning, it wasn't stressful, but because he's calm and all
Yeah.
the people from the band members, girls and gals and guys are all great,
Mhm.
professionals. It wasn't stressful, but you know, we had a lot of rehearsals, so I rehearsed all that, so it wasn't stressful. It is always a challenge, but
Mhm.
I know, as I mentioned earlier to you, Debbie, uh, when you rehearse something
Yeah.
uh, as much as 30 times, 30 days, for 6 hours, everything just becomes the part of you, and it's like a second nature.
Absolutely. It just becomes part of you that you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like drumming in your sleep. It just
yeah. Like
becomes
driving,
that.
like everyday things.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Now, are there any plans to write for Thompson perhaps and performing those
Myself,
songs? Yes.
myself. Oh well,
Yeah.
I don't. I don't really write lyrics. I had a period in my life where I wrote some lyrics, but it needs to be refurbished. How can I say?
Mhm.
Or it needs to be edited by someone who is expertise in that. I write music, but I write instrumental music for someday maybe it will be my album. I particularly write it in a jazz genre.
Mhm.
But for Marco, maybe uh, if inspiration hit me, and if I wrote just one song, I'm surely gonna present it to him. And if he doesn't want it, I won't be mad or sad or anything,
Yeah.
because I'm not I'm not profiling myself as a
Mhm.
songwriter.
Hmm. For sure, but it's always like something kind of good to expand or even
Why
try
not?
if you
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
Like, why not? Like, what's the worst you're gonna say? No. You just keep
yeah,
going.
yeah.
You're extremely talented, extremely blessed in drumming, and you
Thank
know,
you.
it's always good to just try, keep going. Because
Yeah, to expand your
I've
horizons.
watched you
Yeah, yeah.
playing. I've watched you play. I've listened to you, and I'm just sitting here going, "You, God gave you an absolute talent. God gave you hands and a wrist and ears for this. Like this is
Thank you so
you.
much. Yeah,
This is
yeah,
you, and
yeah,
you're living your blessing. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
What
yeah. I'm so
did you
thankful.
guys?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, no, no. I just wanted to say I'm so thankful to God and to my family and to all people in my life and actually who aren't active in my life with their support and for their prayers and a lot of people prayed for a concert in Zagreb to went well and thank God everything went perfectly. So yeah, you wanted to ask me something. Sorry, I stopped you.
It's okay. I was just gonna ask you, what did you guys do after that performance?
After the
Like
Zagreb performance.
at
Oh,
the Zagreb, yeah.
we were. I'm gonna answer it very lightly. We celebrated it. Yeah,
Dobro.
yeah.
Ja,
We were
ja to
heavy on
rozumiem.
celebration, and yeah, and it was. Uh, uh, I will always remember that as a great time of my life, and
Yeah.
very I was very blessed, still I'm blessed. I have good health and I'm alive, and all of my family members and friends are in good health and alive, and so those things are the most important things for me in my life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Family is important. Your friends, the circle you keep is the circle that will sustain you and help you thrive and live not just what you're just basic day to day, but they will help you live your dreams and
Yeah,
support you. And everybody needs to hear that you have a
thank you.
community, you have family and
Yeah, yeah.
people that will love you. We're going to keep going for a few more questions. You've performed
Okay.
all over the world from Buenos Aires. You were educated in New York. Where else would you like to perform in the world?
Oh, maybe somewhere I didn't had a chance to perform, like in Dominican Republic,
Yeah.
Luxembourg,
Yeah.
um, and San Marino. Those were
Mhm. All
I can
right.
say those come in mind because I right now because I didn't visit it or play perform in that countries.
Would you like to perhaps come to Canada and perform a concert
Oh
with
yeah,
Marco and the
yeah,
band? Yeah.
yeah. With Marco,
Okay.
of course. Yeah, yeah,
Marco, mi te zovimo. You better come.
yeah.
All right. So uh how do you find balance between the your work, the performances, your practices and family? Like how do you find balance and peace?
Uh, well, the balance actually. Well, in the podcast yesterday, I was the host asked me how much do you practice a day, and I answered him well. When I was a teenager, I had like 11-hour practice sessions with 15 to 30 minutes breaks. But now I practice it like if I take my sticks in hand and I practice it for 15 minutes, and if it's productive, that's a good practice.
Yeah.
I consider as much as I consider this as a call, this career as a call from I don't know God. Uh, uh, um, I also consider it as a job, so
Mhm.
uh, well, there's a time where I rehearse, and there's a time where I need to do, like today I went to Zagreb to do a studio
Mhm.
session with a producer, a friend of mine. So for today I knew that I need to go to my parents' house to visit my brother, my mother, father, my nephew, and after that I went to Zagreb, and right now from uh, here in Karlovac is now is 7 hours and 36 minutes
Yeah.
post meridian. p.m. So I knew I had to do a podcast with you, and after we finish the podcast, I'm gonna go to dinner and to hang with my friends.
Yeah.
Everything is on schedule,
Yeah.
or at least it's trying to be. So if you're not organized in life,
Hmm.
organizing and scheduling is a really important thing to
Yeah.
have a private and professional life.
Hmm.
You know.
Absolutely. You have to separate the two. Otherwise, when they get mixed, then you don't know
Oh
who's
yeah.
a business
Oh yeah.
partner, who's a friend,
Oh yeah.
not just who
Oh
you
yeah.
can trust, but who you can just like literally just be yourself. You're either
Yeah. Yeah.
on all the
You're,
time
yeah.
or
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
relaxed.
You're right. Yeah.
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 Uh, you said you're going to go for dinner. Okay. Let's give everybody in Canada a few plates of dinner we would see at, say, at a Croatian restaurant or Croatian house. What would you
Uh-huh.
see?
The Croatian cuisines.
Yes.
Um well, I'm a big fan. I love fish. The
Ah,
fish
yes.
dishes are my favorite.
Hmm.
That's my number one. Uh, well, if you have you ever been in Croatia?
Not since 1994.
Okay, when you come to Croatia, I would suggest uh, to go to Dalmatia, to go
Yeah.
for a good fish. Something that is caught in the morning,
Yeah.
um and I would like you to experience a good restaurant.
Yeah.
For I don't know which. We have strukli, maybe that's our national dish, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
That's from Zagorje.
Yeah.
What else? What else? Uh,
Imam isto
I don't know.
malo
My
lignje,
brain is not
riba.
functioning right now for the cuisine, but maybe I'm recommending you a good fish in
Yeah.
Dalmatia to go to go
Yeah,
there.
I mean, our fish is my favorite. Me, I volim red snapper, white snapper.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it starts with an M. I forgot it. My mama's gonna get me on this one. We used to eat it all the time. Shoot.
Monkfish, maybe.
Huh? Oh, I can't remember. Mackerel. Mackerel.
Mackerel.
That's
Okay,
it.
okay, yeah.
Sorry, mama, forgive me. But yeah, like fish was
Lenny, can
every
you
it's
can you
such a
hear me?
perfect.
I had a phone call right now, so I had to. The sound was off.
Yeah, I can
Can you
hear
hear me?
you.
Oh yeah, okay, okay.
I can hear you. Yeah. No worries. So yeah, I mean, fish was all every Friday. Ligna,
Yeah,
octopus, you name it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the
Lignes are
best.
how
Squid,
can you say lignes? Squid. Yeah, yeah, squid. Yeah,
squid.
yeah,
Yeah,
squid.
pohano lignja. Mi smo
Trigana
napravili
lignja.
svaki
Yeah, yeah,
petak. And then
yeah.
also there's now I'm just saying from my family. I'm just saying from what your side is up in Zagreb because
Uh huh.
naša familia, my side is all from Split.
Oh, cool, cool.
Haha. So a little
Nice.
surprise, you didn't know.
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
So,
We were now. In Split for a week, 10 days to
oh,
rehearse for Sinj Hippodrome. We were in AC hotel of Marriott Bonvoy. We were
yeah.
accommodated there. Yeah, we had it's a building of 30 stories, and
Mhm.
we had elevator is your vehicle in the
Yeah.
hotel, and we were went on the 17th floor to wellness, and we had a big conference room which
Mm.
hotel gave us to rehearse with Marco. So it was great
I can
living in
imagine.
Split for 10 days. Yeah.
Oh, Split. My mama always says if when I go to Split, I need to go to Makarska.
Oh yeah, Makarska is
Yeah.
great. I love Makarska.
I haven't been
It's
there.
more south,
It's more
more
south, but
south,
yeah, it's just
south than
absolute.
yeah,
Oh yeah, and then you go like Split on the Riviera. Oh
yeah,
my God, just
yeah, yeah.
gorgeous.
That's
It's been so long
gorgeous.
since
Yeah.
I've been there. I'm getting homesick. Mario, what are you doing to me?
uh,
I'm gonna
just being
like
a
jump
guest
on the
at your
plane now,
podcast.
like. I'm telling you, it's just absolutely amazing. So when you are not doing all that, where can we find you doing? Like, are you just like on the beach or in the city shopping? What do you do?
As like my free time, what I'm doing as
Yeah,
my free time.
yeah.
Well, I really love nature. I always go for walks.
Mm.
Uh, that's calming me, especially after big concerts and big projects.
Yeah.
I love, the sounds of nature. That's great. I love
Mm-hmm.
reading books. I
Mm-hmm.
love watching movies. TV series. I like hanging out with my friends. Go for
Yeah.
a bike ride.
Yeah.
I'm a big car enthusiast. I
Really?
explore and learn a lot about cars. I love Formula One. I love football. Real Madrid is my favorite football team.
Ah.
Um, regular stuff.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I'm not performing or practicing, or if I'm not at rehearsals or studio sessions, I listen to a lot of music, of course. That's
Mm-hmm.
a really big part of my
Mm-hmm.
free time, as well as a working time. So basically it's all that.
Amazing. Good stuff. Now, what can we see from you in the next year to 5 years?
You can see me
Any plans?
on my YouTube channel and my Instagram page. I'm not really involved on my Instagram since right now I am, because I want to present the fellow audience who were on that concerts, and who weren't on that concert, to see my point of view, how it looks from the
Yeah.
drummer's position in Marko's band. And I saw that it has a good reach and good
Mm-hmm.
it has a good publicity. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of young musicians and drummers are hitting me up with messages, and they need uh, a couple of sentences of to appreciate them, and that's really important for me, because I once was a young musician, a drummer, and
Mm-hmm.
I had an opportunity to meet my heroes, and my heroes were amazing uh, towards me. So I'm thankful for them, and I wanted to pass that torch and pass that good spirit to young musicians. So that's really important for me. Marco will for sure be my priority as for concerts and everything. But I have a agreement with Marco. I can do anything outside of his project as well. It doesn't intervene with his plans. So right now, the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna go at the seaside down south at Dalmatia to
Incredible.
rest a little, and at the beginning of the month called September.
Yeah.
uh, I'm gonna go with continue working in studio, and continue working with colleagues and producers, and do concerts, and prepare for a Marcos concert, which will probably be one more in this year, but I can't tell anything yet. But that's all that, yeah,
I look forward to
basically.
hearing that news. You let me know when that
Oh
news
yeah,
comes
of
out.
course, of course.
If Do you have any advice for people wanting to pursue a career in music?
The biggest advice is uh, uh, to be passionate, to be involved, and to be in good terms with people. Uh, uh, to young musicians, time is everything, and the amount of time and effort you invest in your talent, uh, the results will be visible regarding that input. So how much you invest into it, it will come back to you, as much.
Perfect. Excellent. Great. Thank you for that. A gdje vas možemo pronaći na društvenim mrežama?
Gdje nas možemo pronaći? You can find me at Facebook. I have a Facebook page called Mario Klaric. You can find me on YouTube channel, is also Mario Klaric. or you can Google Mario Klaric drums. On Instagram page, you can find me at Mario Klaric page. And what else? I don't have TikTok, unfortunately. Uh, Instagram is, enough for me, enough hassle for me. So, yeah, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, basically.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, Mario, hvala ti puno, Mario, što si se danas pridružio nama se u misiji Razgovor sa Debbie. I just want to thank everybody for joining us, watching from around the world, from Canada to the States to Croatia. Puno hvala. I svima vam hvala što ste gledali u ovu epizodu emisije Razgovor sa Debbie. Do sljedećeg puta. I love you all. Thank you so much, Mario, for joining us. It's been an
Hvala
honor and a
Debi, hvala ti što
pleasure.
si me imala na podcastu. Evo, veliki pozdrav svim tvojim gledateljima. Thank you, Debbie, for having me on your podcast. It was a pleasure, and I hope I will talk with you very soon.
Absolutely, very soon. Book.
Bog.